12 things successful people avoid in business. Successful people know that in order to achieve great things, they can't let themselves get bogged down by certain habits and behaviors. Here are 12 of the most common ones that you need to avoid if you want to be successful in business. 1. Being late. Being late is more than just a matter of being fashionably late or tuning out an alarm clock. It's a sign that someone isn't organized, reliable, or respectful of other people's time. Businesses run on schedules, and when one person is late, it can throw off the entire operation. That's why successful business people make a point of avoiding tardiness at all costs. They know that being punctual is a sign of professionalism and that it shows they're serious about their work. Being late also sends the message that someone is disorganized and doesn't value other people's time. As a result, successful business people make it a priority to be on time for appointments, meetings, and deadlines. 2. Dressing inappropriately. It's no secret that first impressions are important, especially in the business world. One of the quickest ways to make a bad impression is to dress inappropriately for the situation. Whether it's wearing jeans to a meeting with clients or showing up to an important presentation in a wrinkled shirt, dressing inappropriately sends the message that you don't take the situation seriously. It can also make you look unprofessional and unprepared. Successful people know how to dress for the occasion, and they make sure to always look their best. By taking the time to dress appropriately, they send a clear signal that they're ready to do business. 3. Not being prepared. Being unprepared is one of the most common mistakes people make in business. It can be costly in terms of time, money, and opportunity. When you're not prepared, you're more likely to make mistakes, overlook important details, and miss key deadlines. You also give off the impression that you're not organized or capable of handling responsibility. If you want to be successful in business, it's important to avoid the mistake of being unprepared. Plan ahead, do your research, and be ready to deal with whatever comes your way. With a little preparation, you can avoid the pitfalls of being caught off guard and increase your chances of success. For losing your temper. Many people believe that the key to success in business is to always maintain a cool head, no matter what the situation. While it's true that losing your temper can lead to poor decision-making, there are also times when it can be advantageous. In some cases, showing passion and emotion can be a great motivator for employees or customers. It can also help build rapport and trust. However, there are definitely times when it's best to avoid losing your temper. If tempers flare during a meeting, it can make it difficult to come to a consensus or reach an agreement. It can also jeopardize relationships with clients or customers. 5. Yelling or swearing. Why do successful people avoid yelling or swearing in business? Is it because they think it's unprofessional? Or is it because they know it won't get them what they want? After all, if you're trying to close a deal or get someone to see your point of view, raising your voice might seem like the best way to get their attention. But in reality, yelling and swearing are more likely to damage your relationships and reputation than they are to help you achieve your goals. Successful people know that there are better ways to get what they want than by losing their temper. They also know that yelling and swearing usually make the situation worse, not better. 6. Being disorganized. Business is all about being organized. If you're disorganized, it'll be difficult to stay on top of things and get work done efficiently. Being disorganized can also make you look bad in front of clients and colleagues. If you're constantly losing track of paperwork or forgetting important deadlines, it'll reflect poorly on your business. That's why successful people avoid being disorganized in business. They know that it's essential to stay organized in order to succeed. If you want to be successful in business, avoid being disorganized. It'll save you a lot of time and headaches in the long run. 7. Making excuses. Making excuses might seem like a minor offense, but in the business world, it can be a major turnoff. When you make an excuse, you are essentially saying that you are not willing or able to take responsibility for your actions. This sends a message that you are not reliable, and it creates doubt about your ability to deliver on your commitments. Not surprisingly, successful people avoid making excuses at all costs. They know that taking responsibility is a key part of being a successful business person. If something goes wrong, they own up to their mistakes and work to fix the problem. By contrast, those who make excuses often find themselves being passed over for opportunities and left behind in the race to success. 8. Being afraid to take risks. In business, the biggest risk is often the one you don't take. Successful people know this, and they are not afraid to take risks when it comes to their businesses. They understand that taking risks is essential to growth and that without taking risks, their businesses would stagnate. Successful people also know that not every risk will pay off, but they are willing to take risks anyway because they know that it is essential to the success of their businesses. If you want to be successful in business, you need to be willing to take risks. Don't be afraid to put your business on the line for a chance at something better. It's the only way to ensure that your business will grow and thrive. 9. Not finishing what you start. Successful people know that the key to any successful business is to finish what you start. Many businesses fail because the owners did not see their projects through to the end. They get bored or discouraged along the way and give up. This is a sure recipe for failure. Successful people avoid this by staying focused on their goals and seeing their projects through to the end. They do not allow themselves to get sidetracked or discouraged. They know that any successful business requires dedication and hard work. If you want to be successful in business, avoid the temptation to quit when things get tough. Finish what you start, and you will be on your way to success. 10. Procrastinating. One of the most important is procrastinating. When you put off tasks, they tend to pile up, and before long you're overwhelmed. This can lead to poor decision-making and even burned bridges. It's important to be decisive and take action when it's needed. Another thing to avoid is taking shortcuts. Skipping steps might save you time in the short run, but it will usually come back to bite you later on. You might also want to avoid being too rigid in your thinking. Being open to new ideas and flexible in your approach can help you adapt to the ever-changing business landscape. Finally, avoid burning yourself out. Working hard is important, but it's also essential to take breaks and recharge. If you push yourself too hard, you'll eventually reach a breaking point. By avoiding these things, you can set yourself up for success in business. 11. Not asking for help. One of the biggest mistakes you can make in business is not asking for help. Trying to do everything yourself is a recipe for disaster. You need to build a strong network of people you can rely on for advice and support. These people can help you when you're facing tough decisions or challenging situations. They can also provide valuable resources and connections. Not asking for help can also make you seem arrogant or unapproachable. Asking for help shows that you're willing to admit when you need assistance and that you're open to advice from others. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. If you want to be successful in business, don't be afraid to ask for help. 12. Being afraid of failure. Another mistake that can hold you back in business is being afraid of failure. Failure is a part of life, and it's also a necessary part of business. You need to experience failure to learn and grow. Without failure, you'll never know what you're capable of achieving. Fear of failure can also lead to missed opportunities. If you're too afraid to take risks, you'll never achieve anything great. You need to be willing to fail in order to succeed. So don't be afraid to take risks and embrace failure. It's essential to your success in business. Although it may seem like common sense, avoiding these behaviors is critical to success in business. If you can avoid making these mistakes, you'll be well on your way to achieving your goals. Remember, successful people are always learning and constantly evolving. Make sure that you're doing the same. Subscribe to my channel for more tips on how to be successful in business.